All right, folks, we're here on Lost Island. You ready to find out what the best, and absolutely best, creature that's been added to Ark in the past, forever? It's actually the Sinomacrops. This little bastard. This cute little man. So these guys are absolutely amazing, and I'll show you why. So, not only do you no longer need a parachute, you can fly, you can glide, and last but not least, you can actually parachute down. These things are absolutely amazing. Now, they're really easy to tame. They just take a little bit of extra effort. They're really easy to breed. Basically, as soon as you can, get yourself one of these. And the reason why I say that is because in PvP situations, PvE situations, all these different sorts of things, the Sinomacrops has a use. Let's go over the keys. All right, so if you hold down the space button, I'll also put like the console button for whatever the actions are. I should really start doing that. But if you hold down the space button, you go up. Now, let's say you're coming down from a high area and you need to, not die. So you just go ahead and hit X, and he turns his little wings into parachutes, and you just slowly drift down. Now, the best part, I don't know about y'all, back when Aberration came out, the gliders were one of my favorite things. You literally hit the C button, and you all of a sudden now have a glider. Now, if you notice, let's pull this up. If you notice in the right-hand side, you can see the little screaming, picture. Their stamina bar and their food. Now, the reason why they show these to you while you're running around on a Sinomacrops is because of the fact that if the stamina runs out, you drop from the sky. If they starve to death, they starve to death very quickly. At the same time, they also have this nifty little thing. So if you hold down the R button, you can actually go into their inventory. Now, in their inventory, you should really make sure to keep some chitin in there. Now, I call it chitin, other people call it chitin. I honestly have no idea. Leave in the comment section below what it is, pronunciation-wise. Come on, guys, put me in the right direction here before I have to actually Google it just to see what it is, all right? But you keep them fed so they don't die. Make sure their food's decently high. Definitely level up their stamina because that means more flight time. Health is probably a good idea just in case you happen to die. They're actually amazing pack mules as well. Now, they don't level very quickly in weight, but they do something amazing. Everything you put in their inventory is 50%. So they get half off of... It's a half off sale! They get it everywhere! But, oh, Jesus. I'm going insane. But yeah, you can literally load up your Sinomacrops with all your heavy ammunition, whatever you want to, and it takes 50% off. I think it's even when they're not on your back. Because remember, with most small dinos that you can pick up or you can put on your shoulder, they already do a kind of a 50% weight transition to you. So let's say you put a stack of wood inside of a Dimorphodon. Now the Dimorphodon, it's still going to be the same weight in the Dimorphodon, but the amount of weight that it adds to you is only 50%. So not only can this guy hold a lot of stuff because it cuts all of the weights in half, but it only transfers half of the weight to you. So if you're ever out there and you have to be gathering by hand and whatnot because you don't have dinos or anything, you can literally just load your Sinomacrops up and it'll be fine. Now, the only reason why they display the food and the stamina and the scream is because the food, as I said, is starved really quickly if you don't have chitin in their inventory. Stamina, because we all need to know when we're going to drop like a rock. And the scream thing is actually really interesting. So if you hold down R again, it pulls up another option, more options. So you've got the inventory, you have scream. So what this does is it deals AoE damage and a fear debuff to smaller creatures around you and your Sinomacrops. So, let's say you decided to take it over to, what was it, the bug cave over on the island, and you just ran through it with there. They deal amplified damage to bugs. So if you're running around, you got this thing on auto scream, and you run into a bunch of Maganera or the ants or anything like that, they pretty much just murk them on the spot. Like, they come in range and they're just like, oh, hey, all dead. All right, guys. Now, the other thing we need to talk about whenever it comes to a Sinomacrops is water involvement. How do they react when they're in the water and everything else? I am going to dive down here to this ridiculous... Oh, yeah, you can do a dive, by the way. If you hold down Shift and you look down, it'll dive. But Sinomacrops, I mean, they're not bad in water. They're just not meant for the water. So we're going to go deep into the water. So they cannot drown while they are on your back, all right? So as long as you're still alive, they're still alive. Now, I could have swore, maybe they fixed that. No, they didn't. So, if you're down here and you're holding down the space bar, they try to get you to the surface of the water as fast as they can. And then you can double jump and get out of the water. Now, the thing that will make it so you can't do that is actually going to be a scuba tank. Now, when you're wearing a scuba tank, your Sinomacrops basically can't fly. Yeah. They just kind of sit on your back and they're like, hey man, I'm just here for the ride. Can't really do anything special. They can't get you out of the water. It's all good. Now, my question is, I have to test this out because I have not done this yet. I want to see if their auto scream kills fish. Oh wow. Yeah, it hits fish. Does not deal that much damage to fish, but it hits fish. So, we have just went over all the specialty things that the Sinomacrops does. They are versatile. And you know what one of the best things is about these? So let's say you're flying along, right? And there's a guy on a wyvern or a pteranodon or something like that closing in close behind you, right? And you're like, oh crap, I'm gonna die. Most people nowadays, ever since Genesis 2, now have net guns on them at all times. While you're flying, you can pull out your weapons, you can aim, and you can go to town on whatever is pursuing you. So these are really useful, even if you're just flying around on like a tech skiff or a, on an Argent or anything like that, a Pteranodon. If you're flying around on something and you need to escape the guy behind you and you've got a net gun, pop off that net gun, or pop off that like mount you're riding, whip around and shoot them with the net gun. They drop from the sky. So, it is all very useful. Now, with this video, we are definitely going to go into how to tame them and everything else. Now, I'll let y'all know, I know that in the comment section below, we're going to end up having those people who are like, oh, well, why didn't you use this taming method? Well, you know what? I literally sat there for a day trying to tame them with the torch method and the cage method. I'm not gonna even put those in the video, mainly because of the fact that they did not work. I spent hours trying to make it work. That didn't work for me anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. For those of you who know the method, I mean, I'll give you a slight idea of exactly what it is. So, the torch method is when you go to tame one, they walk up to you, you surround them with torches, and you put a little wooden sign on top of the Sinomacrops so that they can't fly through the torches and they can't fly up because of the sign. And that worked amazingly whenever they first came out and whenever I was first playing on Lost Island. Yeah, no, it worked amazingly because you would walk up, you would trap them in it because they would stay still, and you could just feed them whenever they were ready to be fed because they're passive tames. And that is not the case so much anymore, or at least not with Structures Plus. Like, I have no idea what is causing it not to work for me anymore, but I'm not going to fight with it. The other method is with a wooden cage, you know, the thing you use to trap your best friend. So whenever they would start flying towards you, you would turn around, you would place the cage behind you and open it, and slowly walk to the other side of the cage so that they would walk into the cage. And you would just close it and feed them in the cage. Now, whenever I tried to do the cage method, it's telling me they have to be tamed outside. So I definitely feel like they patched that out. But let's get to taming one of these things, shall we? Oh, sweet baby Jesus. I'll go ahead and say that, and the first thing that happened is there's a Sinomacrops right next to me. Hello there. See how it gets all little sparkly little red heart? He's so cute. He come to say hello. Hi, my buddy. See, look, he loves you already. So they're gonna fly up to. Oh my God, that's a one. Nope. Oh, what did you get spooked by? All right, these things are extremely frustrating, and I mean extremely frustrated. They get spooked by just about everything. So they get spooked by your tames. They get spooked by random dinos close to you, and at the same time, it seems that now whenever you're trying to place something down around them, they have a chance to get spooked while you're placing things down. Hence why the torch doesn't work very well anymore. But let's see, where did he go? Now the downfall is these guys are extremely small, and I was stupid and I did not bring my telescope or my spyglass. So I have to rely on my old eyes to try and find out where that bastard. Well, God damn it. He ran around back behind me. He's right here. Hey, buddy. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, come here, you. Now, if you were wearing chitin, he'd attack you. But since I'm not wearing chitin, he's just gonna walk up to me like a good little buddy. Now, best thing I can tell you, after you feed him, go ahead and pop into your tracker here. Go ahead and smash that button so that you can actually see where he's going, because he's tiny. He's gonna run around forever. Come here. Come here, my little buddy. You're such a cutie. You gonna be my friend? Yeah, you gonna be my friend. Give you some food, you're all happy. Right. Alrighty, folks. So after chasing this bad boy around the little desert region just a little bit more, surprisingly I lucked out and only got attacked by a bunch of bugs. But since the Sinomacrops was being tamed, it wasn't exactly any help. But let's see if he will come and say hello. Any minute now. I'm here. Dino. I see you tucked in the corner over there. Still stuck in the flying. See, this is why the torch and the cage method was so great. Because they would go flying around, but they were trapped. And they would just fly in circles, and they wouldn't do anything else. But definitely not the case anymore. Come here, buddy. Hey, you. Yeah, now you see me. Come on. Oh, come on. Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts. Can we make this happen? Thank you. Whoop. What spooked you? I didn't do anything. Ugh. All right. Yeah, so it gets kind of frustrating. They're very easily spooked. Kind of annoying that they are, but they are. I parked my Argent far enough away, so hopefully I don't have to worry about him running away because of that. I mean, unless there's something else close by that might attack me or attack it, it should do what it's supposed to. But this is Ark, and that's not the way it always happens. If it makes sense, it's not in Ark. We got one more feeding. Oh, also, let y'all know if you didn't know this. So these guys also have a habit of giving you like love bites. Yeah, there you go. Now you see me. Yeah, little buddy. Let's get it. Little buddy is now mine. Oh, buddy. All right. So now that we've tamed one, let's go ahead and get back to base and we'll talk about breeding. Show you how easy it is. Alrighty, guys. So we're back. We're back at base. Alright. So, y'all know what this is, right? Egg Incubator. Shows you the stats and stuff. Like, yeah, I've got some pretty high tier Sinomacrops. Like, like mid-50s in most stats. Which later on I might decide to, like, super breed them and make them OP as hell. At least, like, I might get one and like max out its damage and just like walk through the bug tunnels and just like watch them all die. Like that's kind of what I want to do, but we're gonna go over breeding real quick. Now, whenever it comes down to baby Sinomacrops, they are just like their parents. They are extremely adorable. Look at it. Oh god, it's so cute. All right, so we're gonna claim this one. Now, they actually take, they only eat kiting or chitting, whatever it is, just like their parents. So great thing is they can hold quite a bit. Like I've got 500 in my inventory. Let's see, how much can I put in here? So this guy only has 161 weight, and just hatching it can hold 75 chitin. So incubation time of the eggs takes 2 hours and 37 minutes. On the server that I'm on the Survivalism Live servers, the cluster, it only takes 23 minutes for them to hatch. Now, baby time, they are 3 hours and 42 minutes. Juvenile is 14 hours and 48 minutes. Adolescent time is 18 hours and 31 minutes. So total, it takes about a day and a half, a little over a day and a half, to fully raise a Sinomacrops from baby to adult. That's not that bad. And considering the fact that you're only feeding them chitin, like you go and you kill a couple of mantises and scorpions and stuff like that, and you come back, you can raise an army of them with no problem. Now, on this server, it only takes like a little over half a day for them to fully raise. So that's not an issue. You get them started, and since you're on here, it's got, Structures Plus, so the nanny and stuff, you really don't have to worry about it. Now, besides that, if there are any other questions about a Sinomacrops that you actually want to know, and you are more than willing to ask me down in the comment section below, by all means, please do. Now, as I was saying before, I am playing on the Survivalism Live servers. No, they don't sponsor me. I've just been playing here for years. And we would love to have you here. So if you want to come to a place where gentleman PvP is a thing, by all means, come and join us. It's also a great server for you to learn how to play the game. Also, folks, I stream almost every Sunday night. Well, stream about 5 p.m. Mountain Time. So please, make sure to come join me. Make sure to smash the like button, hit the sub button if you enjoyed the video, and if you actually like me coming at you with a little bit more energy, by all means, leave that in the comment section below. But above all else, folks, especially in the pandemic and especially with how stupid people are, keep on surviving.